Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into something we use every single second we're on a computer, but probably don't think about much. How does this machine, actually talk to us? It's a constant conversation, so let's break down how it all happens.
I mean, really think about it. Inside your computer, right now, there's this invisible world of electrical pulses, just a storm of ones and zeros flying around. So how does all that silent data turn into the video you're watching, the music you're hearing, or a paper you can actually hold? That's the big question we're going to tackle. And the answer? Well, it all comes down to a special kind of hardware called output devices. Honestly, you can think of them as the unsung heroes of the computing world. They're the translators that connect that digital world to our physical one. So, what is an output device officially? It's pretty simple, actually. It's any piece of hardware that acts as an interpreter. It takes the computer's native language, all those ones and zeros, and translates it into something our human senses can actually understand. Things like light, sound, or even a physical object. This whole process is like a super fast, four-step conversation. First, you give a command. Say you click the play button. Second, the computer's brain processes all the data needed for that command. Third, an output device, like your screen or your speakers, gets that data and translates it. And finally, boom, you perceive the result. You see the video, you hear the sound. It happens in a blink of an eye, so we don't even notice this incredible dance. Okay, let's break this down by our senses, and we're going to start with the one we use most with computers, our sight. Welcome to the world of visual output. First up, the big one, the monitor. This is our main window into the digital universe, right? It's basically a canvas made of millions of tiny little lights, pixels, that work together to create everything we see, from a simple email to a crazy, complex video game. It's really the face of your computer. But what happens when you need to share that personal view with a whole room of people? Well, that's where the projector comes in. It takes that exact same visual information and blasts it onto a wall or a screen, turning any surface into a massive display for presentations, movies, you name it. So really, it just boils down to what you need it for. A monitor is all about personal, up-close viewing, where every little detail matters. A projector, on the other hand, is built for groups. It trades some of that pixel-perfect detail for sheer size and a shared experience. Two different tools for two totally different jobs. So we've covered what we can see, but what about computer output we can actually touch? This brings us to the kind of magical world of physical output. And this is where the printer does its thing. I love this idea. It gives a digital file a physical body. I mean, just think about that for a second. It takes a document or a photo that only exists as data, as code, and turns it into a real, tangible object you can hold in your hands. It's incredible. And we rely on this magic all the time, don't we? For things like school reports, concert tickets that actually get you into the show, family photos you can put in a frame, or those super important documents you have to sign. The printer is literally our bridge from the screen to the real world. Okay, we've done sight, we've done touch. Now let's talk about what we can hear. This is the domain of audio output. At its heart, a speaker is basically the computer's voice. It takes a digital audio file, and through some clever physics with magnets and vibrations, it creates pressure waves in the air. And our ears pick up those waves and interpret them as sound, whether that's music, a voice, or just a simple little bing. And just think about your day. You're listening to music while you work, you're catching the dialogue in a movie, you're hearing a friend's voice on a video call. Even the little notification sounds are a form of communication. Speakers are constantly talking to us, adding this whole rich layer to our digital lives. So we've got output for our eyes, for our hands, and for our ears. Let's pull all these threads together now and see how these devices create this essential bridge between the computer's world and ours. When you look at it like this, you can see that each device speaks its own unique language. The monitor talks to us with personal images. The printer talks by creating something we can hold. The speaker uses sound, and the projector talks to a whole group with large-scale visuals. They're all translators, just for different human experiences. And that's really the key takeaway here. Output devices aren't just accessories. They're the bridge. They connect the silent, abstract language of data to the rich, colorful world of human perception. Without them, our computers would just be silent, dark boxes, totally useless to us. Which, of course, leads to a really cool question for the future. We've got our eyes, ears, and hands pretty well covered. But with tech like virtual reality, augmented reality, and even haptics that let us feel digital objects, what's the next way our computers are going to learn to talk to us? What other senses will they tap into? That's the next frontier. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.